Hello and welcome to Chelsea Chat. A quick one today because I'm out and about. Last night it was Chelsea 4, Gent 2. Okay performance, good result, and wasn't the commentary terrible? If you didn't actually go to the bridge last night and you listened to that commentary, I don't know who they were. You had someone called Lucy who was the most banal person I've ever heard on television commenting on a game, and you had a commentator that got the names wrong. Tosin was tossing, which could be awkward in the wrong sentence, couldn't it? And then we had Felix, who was Felix, and all sorts of rubbish that he come out with, aided by the lovely Lucy, who came out with things like, if Chelsea keep winning, they'll be turning Stamford Bridge back into a fortress. Yeah, Dewsbury Hall, I've been very impressed with him. He keeps passing to his own players. In the first half, he didn't always do that, to be fair. 6 times he gave it away to the opposition. But they thought he was playing well, so what do I know? I just take notes and watch the game that I see. So, last night we had 11 changes. Jorgensen in goal. At right back we had Disaster. He wasn't actually Disaster last night. I think that he found his sort of level, if I'm brutally honest. Just inside him we had Tosin or Tossin. Badiashile, could be pronounced Tossin as well. And at left back we had Vega. In the middle of the field we had the very impressive, I thought, Cassidy. And next to him, Dewsbury Hall. In front of them we had Mikhailo Mudryk. On the left, on the right we had Pedro Neto, and then we had Nkunku. Who am I missing? I'm missing someone. How could I miss Felix or Jayawa or Joa, according to the commentator? I don't know. Can't get my head around it all. Yeah, we pretty well controlled the game, playing this ball across the back like we do, and it was a bit boring, if I'm brutally honest, but it's our second team. They're getting used to playing the way the first team was. That's the most impressive thing that I got from last night. If any players get injured in that first team, any of these players practically can step in. Obviously not Disaster at right back. Dewsbury Hall, I've still got my worries about. Obviously he was a good player in the Championship last year. He scored a goal last night. I was pleased for him. I'll tell you what the lad does. He puts a proper shift in. And so he's not going to get too much stick from me, but he gives the ball away too much for my liking, if I'm brutally honest. Same with Badiashile last night. Badiashile, whatever you want to call him. Gives the ball away too much. And the times he gave it to Cassidy, when Cassidy had 2 players on him, I didn't get that. Unless it's something they do in training, but I just didn't get the fascination with when a player was closing him down, he'd just give it to Cassidy and expect him to do something with the ball, which was normally play it backwards to the keeper or over to Disaster, because he had no other options on. But yeah, some good goals in there. I liked Neto's goal particularly just at the start of the second half. And Nkunku, his shot, the goalkeeper should have saved it, to be honest. In fact, I'll be fair, the goalkeeper should have saved 2 of our goals, but it was what it was. Vega at the start, pleased for him, lovely header. Good Mudryk pass. Vega heads it down the opposite way to what the goalkeeper's moving, like you should. Vega was good last night, I thought. And Dewsbury Hall, another one that the keeper should have saved, but who cares? It went in. That's all we're worried about. One thing I will say is that loads of effort. You can see they're all trying to get in that first team. And that's what you want. That's what Chelsea have lacked for a while. Remember when Lampard took over the second time as a manager that took over from Potter as an interim manager? They couldn't be arsed. I felt really, really sorry for a bloke whose really trademark was all that good, hard work in midfield, to see some of those people that are just put down tools, basically. But all those bad old days are gone, and we look like a team again. Got a hard run of fixtures coming up, and we'll see where we really are. But it's looking good. So yeah, last night I'm just going to score them. Jorgensen in goal. Couldn't do much about the goals. One decent save that I can remember that he held on to. Looks assured in the air. Looks good on the ground to me. I'm not going to lie, I'd stick him in the first team in front of Sanchez just to see what he's like. I don't think he could be an awful lot worse. Last night he gets a 6.5 from me. He didn't have an awful lot to do, but what he did well. Disaster last night gets a 6. Didn't do anything too bad. Lost the ball a couple of times in dangerous positions, but by his own standards it was like watching Franz Beckenbauer's negative. So yeah, he gets a 6. Just inside him, toes in or toss in, he gets a 7. It looks really assured to me. Doesn't do anything wrong. Normally in the right position. Won some good headers. Looks as if he could fit into that side if Colwell or Fofana was injured. Badiashile gets a 4.5. The amount of times he gave that ball away or made the wrong decision in possession was unbelievable over the course of that game. Did a couple of good things, don't get me wrong, but I don't know what happened to the player that he looked like when we first signed him. Vega last night, he's up there for my man of the match. He gets an 8 from me. Scored his goal, took his goal well, but lots of effort, generally in the right place. No, he can play a pass. I think he's going to be some player. Only 21 years old, he looks 41. I thought I had a hard paper round, but where was his? Everest? But I think there's a player there, a proper player. Now, in midfield, we had Cassidy, who also gets an 8. I was very impressed with Cassidy. I like Cassidy anyway. It won't be long before he's challenging Enzo, because as people who watch these know, I'm not totally convinced on Enzo, I'm really not. And Cassidy, to me, is proper footballer. Not to say that Enzo's not, I just don't think Enzo is suited to the physicality of Premier League. Always knackered after 60 minutes, from what I can see. And I think Cassidy has got the physique, the mentality. Don't mind getting stuck into a tackle. Very rarely gives the ball away. Twice last night, under pressure. Yeah, I like him. Next to him, Dewsbury Hall. This is a tough one, I'll tell you for why. Because he gave the ball away 6 times in that first half. Not even under pressure. Just balls that were never on. And then the second half, he looked decent. And when he scored after that, it gave him such a boost of confidence. I'm thinking to myself, is there a player there? But he's just not got a lot of confidence. Last night, he's going to get a 6.5. Based on his second half performance, it would have been an 8. Based on his first half performance, it would have been a 5 for me. I know other people saw that game differently. So yeah, 6.5, and got decent hopes of the boy. Just in front of him, we had Felix, who gets a 7.5. I tell you what, I'm impressed with Felix. The shift he puts in, the hard work he puts in, some of the defensive work that goes unnoticed and that he didn't do in his first stint at Stamford Bridge was there last night. It looks like the boy's really trying to get in that first team, and I'll tell you what, as soon as there's an injury, he'll be in. I liked him. I liked him a lot last night. To the side of him, we had Mykhailo Mudryk, he's so hard to score, isn't he? He was better last night against what must be said a pretty poor right back. The other side, that Brown, he was decent, wasn't he? The guy from Derby. Anyway, Mykhailo Mudryk last night put that lovely ball in for Vega to score. Another couple of, I think he had another assist as well. But yeah, he was having a go at him last night, and for that reason, Mykhailo, you get a 7. I don't know what it is. I think it's lack of football IQ with him. I really do, because I think he's got everything in his toolbox, hasn't he, to be a great winger, but just don't seem to have it up there to me. And I, not being disrespectful, and I hope I'm wrong. Again, it could be confidence. You know, some of these players you've got to keep infusing about them and tapping them on the back and telling them you love them, ain't you, nowadays. Neto on the other wing, I thought he played really well last night. He's going to get an 8. He scored his goal. Always dangerous, always made himself available. So did Dewsbury Hall, to be fair. And yeah, a good game. In front of him, Nkunku got his goal, very quiet, only touched it 4 times in the first half. And for that reason, he only gets a 6. Faded in and out of the game. The boy can finish. The boy's in the right positions to put the ball away. And I've got no qualms at all that if Jackson's ever injured, he can fit straight in and maybe hold his place. He's different to Jackson. I think one of the lads, either Joe Cole or Crouchy, they said, he's got different, more of a cultured footballer, whereas Jackson's more a working process and it's more physicality. Decent performance. I won't score the substitutes. I don't. But again, Tyreek George, when he came on, you can see there's a player there. I've watched him a lot in the development squad. Just a massive step up, isn't there, from that development squad to that first team. Because, when he's in that development squad, he looks like Pele, Eusebio, and younger viewers won't even know who they are, probably. And it looks like Ronaldo and Messi rolled into one. Maresca, he gets an 8 last night because he obviously had them fired up for the game. He picked a side with 11 changes that won. So some of that 8 is for the work that he's obviously doing on the training pitch. And yeah, things are going in the right direction. Last night's performance wasn't great, as I say. It was watchable. Too much playing along the back again, but offensively we look great even with the second 11 out. Okay, let me know your thoughts. That's why I do these, and I shall speak to you after Forest at the weekend. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts. Please subscribe to the channel and throw the video a like. It helps me out. And speak to you soon. Up to Chelsea.